Wednesday night's Heart Safe presentation before the City Council, a young man was recognized for doing exactly what the Heart Safe initiative is all about.
Joshua Gagner sprung into action last month when a coworker went into sudden cardiac arrest at a local car dealership. CTN's Jamie Carrot is here now with more on that story. Jamie?
Well, Steve, Karen, rather than wait for help on that October day, Joshua Gagner was the help. And first responders say his 5 minutes of CPR is why Tim Hoffman is alive today. McCarthy Auto World did not have automated external defibrillators, and employees who were trained in CPR, well, that was anyone's guess on October 3rd, 2013. That's when a 45-year-old technician fell to the floor in sudden cardiac arrest during lunch break.
I complained about my chest hurting a little bit. I just figured I was getting a bruise or something. I took a little break. That's the last I remember until I woke up in the ICU.
Tim Hoffman is still trying to piece together what happened to him that day, but one thing he knows for certain is that his 23-year-old coworker Joshua Gagner saved his life. Gagner wasted no time administering compression-only CPR on Hoffman for 5 of the 7 minutes his heart had stopped beating.
And I just kept going with it until the responding officers told me that I was done and they relieved me of what I was doing.
Officer Brian Plotz was one of the first to respond that day.
We did what was expected of us. Josh, on the other hand, he did what 70% of Americans wouldn't do, and that's get involved and help.
Plotz says this is a perfect example of how bystander CPR can mean the difference between life and death. And if AEDs were on hand, it's quite possible Hoffman would have been resuscitated before Plotz even arrived with his own pack.
You know, that was a hard lesson for them as a business in this community to learn.
I was glad somebody knew what they were doing.
McCarthy Auto World General Manager Mark Wise says his staff is currently pricing AEDs and plans on providing CPR training for his employees this month.
I'm the guy who's in charge, and I should know what to do no matter what the situation is. And in this situation, I didn't. I was ill-prepared.
And so you'll be at the top of the list for that training?
I'll be right at the top of the list to sign up for this training and get this done.
Meanwhile, Hoffman is expected back to work by the end of this month.
I feel I have a lot of people to thank. And in this situation, just saying thank you doesn't seem to be enough, especially with Josh. It's something.
Officer Plotz will be helping McCarthy Auto World reach its goal this month to get that AED in place and train employees. Plotz says he'd ultimately like to see about 300 AEDs in Coon Rapids businesses. Karen,
right.
Steve?
So we hear more successful stories like this one.
Definitely.
All right.
Brian Plotz is full of them.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Jamie.
Worthwhile investment for sure.